Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Alice and I run my YouTube channel and my blog called Little Talks. I am back in with my second video of the year and the second video in quite some time. And today I thought I'd share with you some of the new beauty bits that I've picked up over the past couple of months. So I was very lucky enough to receive some money and some vouchers, which allowed me to pick up a number of higher end beauty products that I wouldn't tend to go out and buy on a day-to-day basis. I'm usually sticking to the ones that you pick up in Boots and Superdrug. I love just your, well, the Americans call it drugstore. I don't know what we would really call it over here in the UK, but I absolutely love the different brands that are out there that you can find in like on ASOS, Boots, Superdrug, like your likes of Rimmel, Maybelline, there's the CYO one, I think it's called now. I'm obsessed with all the beauty brands, but I do like to splash a little bit of cash, or splurge should I say, on something a little bit more higher end when I've been fortunate enough to receive some money for birthday and Christmas or vouchers. So I decided to steer clear of the usual brands that I tend to go for, which is MAC and Benefit, but have kind of steered away from them now and I've picked up one or two new bits. So let's stick to the ones that have actually been a repurchase, and it is this NARS foundation. It is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation and I've got it in the shade L2, which is the Mont Blanc. So it's this really lovely, it's more of a heavier consistency foundation, so it looks quite light in there, but it kind of, it's a bit weird, so the oil comes away from the other ingredients in there, so you need to shake it really well before use to get that nice creamier consistency back before you apply it to your face. You really don't need to apply a lot of this, but I've noticed that a stippling brush isn't probably the best way to apply this foundation, but I've noticed that a beauty blender works wonders with this. But I really like this. I love the more heavier and matte consistencies. So this is not a full matte foundation, but it is a lot more than their other ones in there, and you do get a bit of a healthier dewy glow look, but nothing too oily. And the next one that I repurchased was this Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. It is in shade 1, so it's a candle glow one, and it is this, can you see it? It is this beautiful sheer powder. I really like this one. So it's a powder that you use once you've applied the rest of your makeup to help it to stay on a little bit longer, but also giving you that really nice kind of glowy finish to the look. Now I know I'm kind of contradicting myself here, I like more of a matte look, but this kind of adds the perfect sheen to your face where it looks healthier and has a healthy glow without going to the oily side of things, which is no one's a fan of, let's just put it that way. So I really like this. I used this a couple of years ago now. I think I got it with Christmas money back then and I was obsessed with it and I hit pan on it and I was so sad, and I've not actually gone back and repurchased it until a couple of weeks ago now. Before I used it was just after I'd used my foundation and concealer. I would then lock it in with this, but I've kind of mixed it up now with a product that I'm about to show you soon, which is more of a creamier product. So I wanted that to blend better on my skin just after using foundation, and then once I'd done that I would lock in the foundation and the concealer using this, and it just gives you like that healthy little glow too. So I'm obsessed with this. I think this comes in 4 different shades too, and the lady on the counter was ever so lovely, so big up to her. I picked both of those up in the Selfridges in Trafford Centre. I think that was 2 days after Boxing Day. So next up is a brand that is quite new for my collection. They've been quite around for quite some time now. I have purchased 1 or 2 products from there for my sister before when she's asked me to nip in and get some for her, and I did show you a couple of products from them in my what I got for Christmas video, which I will leave in the description box below. I picked some of them up in the Black Friday, well, my sister actually got them in the Black Friday sale that they had, and then Martin decided to get me them for Christmas instead. And after that I wanted to get my hands on a couple of other products. So first up is the one that I picked up first, and it is the nude palette. I actually had some vouchers for Selfridges, which I picked this up. I think I got this just before Christmas, but I decided to hold off using it until I got like my Christmas makeup, and then I could play around with it a little bit more when I was off work, because I don't tend to wear eyeshadow every single day. So it is this absolutely beautiful eyeshadow palette. I mean, just look at those shades, they are stunning. So I tend to find that the warmer shades work so much better for me. The cool toned ones just don't really work for me. My skin is extremely pale and delicate looking, so them shades just don't work with my complexion, whereas the warmer brown tones are a lot better for me. I kind of tend to steer clear of the pinkier shades, but I tend to go into ones with like this one here. I'll add into like the crease section, and then I'll warm it up with one of these shades here just under it, so I've got that bit of shadowing going off. So I think these are absolutely beautiful, and the shimmers on these two here are stunning. Like the payoff from them are insane. I don't think I've got an eyeshadow palette that is as good as this. I own quite a lot of the Naked palettes, and I've got to say, like, the pigmentation of these ones from Huda Beauty are so much better. So yeah, I've had a little bit of a play around with this, but not as much as I would have liked to. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to just playing around and creating different looks with this. And then the next thing I purchased from Huda Beauty was this little palette thing here, and it is called Tantor, and it is a contour and bronzer cream in the shade Fair. So I picked this up also from Selfridges with the vouchers that I was lucky enough to receive. It's not the beautiful looking since I've used it, but I am obsessed with this. So I wanted to get my hands on a cream bronzer for quite some time now. I've never really been a fan of cream products. I just think because my skin is not the smoothest, I've not been able to apply them the best. But I've kind of like been playing around, and I wanted to trial different products that would usually get me very nervous using, but with a wet beauty blender this works wonders. This was around, I think it was about £24–25, so not ridiculously expensive, but it's not something that I would tend to just go out on a weekend and pick up. So when I do run out of this, I won't be running back straight away to get some. I will have to save a little bit to go pick this one up again. And then I use another product to go over the top just to darken it that a little bit, but I'll show you that one in a bit. But the final Huda Beauty product that I picked up, I was so excited to get my hands on this. It is the Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer. So it's just this little tube. This was quite expensive for the size of the concealer. I can go to Boots and see the collection concealer has gone up to £4.99, and I'll be there like practically crying looking at the little counter thinking, why is this concealer so expensive? And then the next day I go and spend £24 on picking one of these up. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, does it? But when my sister was over at Christmas, she had got one of these, and I was at my dad's, and we were taking my nieces and nephews to the pantomime, and I just wanted to freshen up my makeup a little bit, so I'd found this thing in the bottom of a makeup bag and was intrigued because we're two very different skin tones, but actually we've ended up with the same shade of concealer, which is a little bit strange. But anyway, I loved it. It was great. It was high coverage, it was thick, it was creamy, it just covered the horrendous bags under my eyes and my red spotch and patchiness that I have here on my cheek. So I was like, knew instantly I had to pick one of them up. So when I was back at work, I nipped into Leeds and I went to get this from Huda Beauty. So it is in the shade 04N Meringue. It's just a little tube like this, but you really do not need a lot of product for it to go quite far. So it just looks like this. It's a bit weird. And then you just squeeze it and it comes out like the little hole here, and you just like apply it, but you could put it straight onto a brush and put it on. But this is amazing. I've not reached for any of my other concealers yet. I've been wearing this every single day. I would definitely repurchase this again. It is just amazing. It sticks on all day. It's just perfect, and as I said, I'm a huge fan of high coverage foundations and concealers, so this is insane. You must get your hands on one of these. And the final product I have to show you is a brand that I do already own something from there, but it's not a brand that I would think I have to get a lot of my makeup from there, and it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is quite tricky to get hold of actually for us in the UK. It is basically a Beauty Bay type website to get hold of one of these. I purchased this on Boxing Day night on the website. I think I tried to get it from a different website because it was it had like 30% off. So it should be like £32 I believe, and it was on the website for £24, and I was like, I couldn't remember what shade I needed to get. So I thought, do you know what, we've got family around, I'll do it in the evening. When I go up to bed and it's a lot quieter, I'll go on my phone. And then when I went to do that, the shade that I wanted had sold out and I was devastated. And then for some reason I'd got an email through from, I think it was Beauty Bay that I got this one from. There is another one out there and I've completely forgotten which one that is. But anyway, it was on this offer at £22. So it was like it was meant to be. I'd saved even more money and I am obsessed with getting a good bargain. So it is a powder bronzer in the shade Tawny. Now it wouldn't be the usual shade that I thought would work for me, but I'm just obsessed with it. It does remind me of a bit like, you know, bit of like a shade that you find on your fireplace, you know, like a mahogany. It's not quite the shade that I would have gone for, but I am absolutely obsessed with this one. It's more of a reddy brown, and I feel like it's more of a cool toned colour. So as I said, I'm not usually a huge fan of cool tone shades. They don't tend to work for my skin, but for some reason this one actually looks really nice. It's super easy to apply. It is a pure matte one, so there's no shimmer in there. There's nothing worse for me than picking up a bronzer with a hell of a lot of shimmer in there. That's what your highlighter does. You do not need a shimmer in bronzer. But anyway, I've got some of this on today, but I am obsessed with this. I've worn this every single day, and to be fair, I don't think it's ridiculously expensive for what it is, because I would pay, what is it, £25–26 now for a Benefit Hoola. So yeah, this has definitely replaced my Hoola at the moment. I might go back to it at some point, but this one is leading the way for me. So those are all the bits that I have picked up in the beauty range. So I'd love to hear if any of you have tried Huda Beauty or Anastasia before. Don't know, them a bit behind the times, you know, but anyway. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back very soon with a new video. Bye!